Pleasant morning, children. Welcome to our English class. Today, we are going to learn the poem Lines Written in Early Spring. This poem is written by William Wordsworth. His period is 1770 to 1850. Children, William Wordsworth was a major English poet who, with Samuel Taylor Coleridge, helped to launch the Romantic Age in English literature with their joint publication, Lyrical Ballads. Wordsworth was Britain's poet laureate from 1843 until his death. He was popularly known as a nature poet. Some of his famous poems are Daffodils, The Solitary Reaper, To the Cuckoo, The Tables Turned, lines composed a few miles above Tintern Abbey. Before going to read the poem, Lines Written in Early Spring, we should know about the poem. In this poem, the poet expresses the poet's feelings towards nature and the lessons he has learned from it. Okay? Now, let us read the poem. The first stanza. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. Here, the meaning of blended is mixed. Blended notes means mixed notes. And grove means a small area of land with a group of trees. Here the poet has given S-A-T-E, sat. This is the old fashioned spelling for sat. The meaning is same. The poet tells that while he was sitting in a reclined position, that is leaning back in a resting position on a woodland forested area, he heard 1,000 mixed musical notes of nature. In that sweet feeling or sweet mood, the happy thoughts also reminded him of sad thoughts. So the poet here refers to the changes that society has undergone around him as sad thoughts. Okay, come to the next stanza. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. In this stanza, the poet appreciates the nature for her God, like abilities of linking a human soul to herself. Nature's soul is not that different from humanity. The poet feels very sad while thinking about how cruelly man has separated himself from Mother Nature. Also, he states one of his principal philosophies here, it is man's innate state, that is inborn state, to be close to nature. Come to the next stanza, children. Through primrose tufts in that sweet bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreath. And it's my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. In this stanza, the poet says, the pleasant shady place through green primrose bunches, primrose means it's a kind of flower, trailed periwinkle plants in the form of wreaths. Periwinkle also a type of flower. Wreath means a circle which is decorated with flowers. And it's my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. The poet has faith or strongly believes that every flower enjoys every ounce of the air it breathes. Also, the flowers, the plants, they are thankful for living besides the nature. Come to the next stanza. The birds around me hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure. But the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. Here the poet says, the birds around the poet sang, hopped and played. He is in awe of these creatures. He got surprised. He cannot measure their thoughts of joy. Though the poet does not understand their language and ways, the poet does recognize that the birds are creating all these movements out of sheer pleasure and joy. Come to the next stanza. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. Here, budding means growing or developing. Twigs, it means small leafless branches of a woody plant. Okay. The poet says here, the growing small leafless branches spread out to catch the flowing breeze, which is sweet and light. And all that the poet can do is to gather pleasure in their existence. Come to the last stanza, children. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? Here, the poet says, if it is a belief sent by heaven, that is the holy plan of nature, then I have to feel sorry. The poet has to feel sorry. In the next stanza, the poet questioned, if this is heaven and this is the holy plan of nature, then what has man made of man? That is, himself and his kind by separating from such joy. The poet's spirits are still lamenting. You know well the meaning of lament, that is feeling sorrow about the miseries of human world. Finally, the poet asks the question, what has man made of man? In the poetic devices, we could call this is rhetorical question. I'll explain the figure of speech for this poem, lines written in early spring, in the next class. Children, I hope that all you would have understood this poem well. Okay. Meet you in the next class with figure of speech. Thank you.